Welcome to Kenya Houses Investment Company Limited. We would like to talk about dispute resolution and causes of disputes in terms of construction industry. We as a company, we do house designing, we also do house financing, we do house construction, we do water drilling services, solar installations, and all kinds of constructions, even including landscaping, swimming pools, hotels, churches, mosques, and all things. And in construction industry as a wide, we normally have disputes. These disputes is we like to talk about today and how to avoid them. A dispute is not good. What is a dispute? A dispute is a disagreement between two parties, maybe between a client and a contractor, between two parties. So these disputes may be caused by different sources, maybe from the contractor or from the developer, that's the client. So we'd like to talk about what are cause these disputes. Number one, the cause of disputes, number one, is not having proper documentations in terms of, number one, agreement. The agreement between the contractor, the company, and the client must be very clear in terms of the contract period. When is the work supposed to be completed? That's the completion period. That's the contract period. That's number one in terms of agreement. Number two, the agreement should also state the methods and modalities of payment, the payment plan. So the two parties, that is the company, the contractor, and the client, must state clear, must agree when, what time, and at what stage the payment is supposed to be done. Number four, it is termination, contract termination. How do we terminate the contract? Is it by verbal? Is it by writing? And in which manner? Is there any grace period? Number four, also the communication means. In the contract, how do you communicate? Is it official? Is it official by writing? Is it by verbal? Is it by text messages? How do client give instructions? And how the company replies? So that is also another source of dispute. Also, another source of dispute is that the representation of the client to the project. Remember, this is an area that's very critical. Now, a client, because this is a project, a construction project or a water drilling project that needs a professional to represent the client, we may find that the representative of the client's representative and the company, they are not agreement, they are not in terms. Maybe the representative has got some personal interests or is not following the protocol of construction industry, or is enforcing something that's cannot be done. So we may have term differences whereby it might be caused by either a contractor or the client representative. Also, the client representative or even the client may delay to perform some of his responsibility, maybe inspection, maybe payment, maybe supply of materials. So depending on the agreement, the scope of works. With the scope of works, the agreement should state the scope of works. Is it construction only, or supplying materials only, or supply of materials and construction? Now, also the agreement is supposed to state the documentation. Who is supposed to come up with the plans and at what cost? Those are documentation or preliminaries. The preliminaries are documentation, the site assessment, the house plans, and these house plans must come from the registered practicing independent architect and the engineer, also including the quantity surveyor. Also in Kenya, like, we need also environmental report from also the environmental expert. Who is supposed to approve these plans? Is it the client or the contractor? So the contract should explain all this, so that if there is a delay in terms of approving the project, maybe it could be from the government authority. So these disputes must also have a good way of solving faster and in an amicable way, because in construction we are advised not to use court system. We are advised not to use advanced law system to solve our disputes because of economic damage that is causing between the two parties, and also the time taken. So in construction, two parties are advised to meet one another any place and discuss the matters that are arising. The people should meet either online, have a meeting, have minutes to be taken, and also agree on one another. The client should listen to the contractor. The facts that has been presented by the contractor, the client should think about them. Also, the contractor should also consider the facts that has been presented by the client, and these people must come together amicably and solve such disputes. Also, there's another way of solving a dispute. If that one is not reached, then the two people can agree to call an independent person who is not who does not have the personal interest to this project. He can call a professional independent architect, QS, the quantity surveyor and the architect and even the engineer to come and try to settle the matter. Maybe in most cases, the disputes come from poor workmanship, variations in terms of costings, and also delay of one party or another party to delay to perform its responsibilities. So they can invite an independent person and share some small costs to pay such a person to try and solve the disputes amicably. This system will go faster and the client will enjoy the project faster instead of going further to legal means, that is court system. Also, if that fails, also there's a court way, which we don't encourage mostly because of time taken and also the costs involved. So we encourage people to solve their cases amicably in terms of construction and water drilling. And we also encourage the contractors. You are the professional people. You are the licensed people. You are representing the government. Please stick to the government rules and regulations so that you'll be safe side. Don't encourage shortcuts in terms of construction. Let the project be approved by the government regulatory bodies. Let you start once the project has been approved. Please wait for government body to inspect your work. So in this manner, you'll be assisted even by the government body. You'll be assisted, and even if there is a problem, then you'll get a help because you are complying with the government rules. But if you are not complying with the government rules, and maybe there's a dispute between you and the client, you have not been paid, it will be difficult for the client to pay you because that will be an excuse. So we are encouraging people to assist one another, to bring their heads together and settle the matter in terms of construction. As a company, the Kenya Houses Investment Company is owned by the financial partners like banks, financial institutions, members and bankers have come together. And also this company is owned by a group of engineers, the architects, the quantity surveyors and property developers to come together to do house planning, designings, financing. We can also finance a house, may it be a home or a rental or a commercial house. We can finance a house. We can also construct. We also do construction. And we can also solve disputes among the contractors and the clients. You can call us also. We can solve the disputes amicably and in a way that is cheap to everyone. As a company also, we do water drilling projects. We do water drilling, hydrological survey, water drilling, and installation of pumps, submersible pumps, and erection of water towers and tanks. So we welcome all people to join us, to join our hands, to help us. We as a company, we have prospered, and we agree that we are the first company in Africa to join to do house financing and construction, including water drilling. And we are proud of that. And that's why even the government has joined us. We work with the government parastatals. We also work with the government bodies. We also work with the NGOs. We work with the international investors and other companies. We have partnered together to we have collaborated together to assist a common person within the village and even at higher level. So we welcome those people who have got little money or who have got no money but has got good idea of developing a land. If you want to develop your land in terms of housing or water drilling, please come to us with the little that you have so that we can make for you some flexible arrangement of payment as you progress with your project, as you enjoy your projects. We value for your money. Kenya Housing Investment Company, we value for your money.